I magic too hard and fluff went everywhere. Hello friends, welcome back. I am so glad that you're here. What did you think of our cute little intro? The girls have been adamant that I need a little intro blip before I actually start a video. And so they took it upon themselves to make me one, and they were so funny to listen to as they were making that. So let me know what you think. I think they did a great job. I'm obviously biased. Okay, we are going to be sewing today. I know that last time we were together, I said, well, maybe our next video will be announcing our giveaway winners. But we had some last minute entries, so I want to make sure that everyone gets their fabric and their tickets, because it's just fun to read your ticket to know if you won or not. So I have labeled all of them, and we've probably doubled our ticket amount in here, so that's been really awesome. But everyone's name is on their ticket, so I'll know if you won or not, but it's just fun to read your number on a raffle ticket. I don't know what it is, nostalgic maybe? So officially on Saturday at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, we will be doing a live so that we can draw names for our giveaway bags. All right, now let's talk about this. Here is a pattern that I have in my shop. It is by Quilty Love. We've done Quilty Love before. We've done the heart spun quilt, and we've done the star pop. So we've done a few of Quilty Loves. This is an excellent beginner pattern. Pretty much you are just strip piecing, as you can kind of tell here. But I love that we've kind of snowballed the edges here so that it looks like little scallops, which I'm a sucker for scallops. I'm a sucker for a lot of things, let's be honest, but I do love scallops. And so this is a great scrap buster, and I probably would be using my scraps. I just don't think I have the right sizes in all of my buckets to do it. So I think it'd be slim pickings up there. Those are mostly small scraps. It doesn't look like it, but it's mostly small scraps up there. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to pull out our layer cake and our fat quarter bundle. And I just happen to have these two, the Morning Latte line. We're a little late in using this. I had every intention to use this sooner, but it's okay because it's still gorgeous fabric and I like it a lot. Here's all the fabrics that you get in this layer cake. Layer cake, this one has 42 pieces in it, and 42 10-inch squares would make a small throw for this one. So 52 by 60 inches is what you can get out of a layer cake. And then fat quarters, I'm pretty sure there are 23 fat quarters in here. And that would be a twin size, so 68 by 92. So that's pretty great. You could also use fabric from your stash as well. You'll just cut it with the fabric. So lots of good options for this one. Anything works with this pattern, which I love. And then I do have the berries fabric, which is in both of these sets, as our background for our border here. So that will be our little snowballed edges and this border going all the way around. So I personally am going to be using a fat quarter bundle. I'm going to tuck this one away, but both are available in the shop if you are interested. Let's get working on this bundle, okay? We are going to turn all of these into strips. So I am going to open this. I am going to iron out all my fat quarters nice and flat, and I am going to trim them up into strips so we can start our strip piecing. You ready? I magic too hard and fluff went everywhere. Here are my strips that we are going to start strip piecing with. I only cut 2 of each, and we've still got a lot of fabric left over. So this is going to be a great size quilt. Let's sort these into our colors really quickly. So we've got our tealy blue greens here. Oops. We've got some pinks. There are those. We've got our oranges. We've got our low volumes or our creamy colors. We've got tans. And we've got our browns. You can't even see those teals up there. Trust me, they're there. So I'm just gonna start pulling some random strips that I like together. Like I really love this floral, and I think this pink right on top is super cute. I like this cute little low volume. And let's do this brown. This is gonna be my first strip set, okay? So what we're gonna do is we are gonna put right sides together. We are going to sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way down these strips. I'm going to do these at the same time, and then we will combine our 4 strips. And once I've made a few strip sets, then we will kind of catch up and go from there. Again, this is a great beginner friendly pattern. If you're wanting to work on strip piecing, this is an excellent way to do it because this is the hardest part. So it's going to be great for working on that skill and building that confidence. So let's make some strip pieces. And there we have our strip sets. So we have 4 strips per set. I have made quite a few here just so that we can cut a bunch and kind of see it come together on the board already. Ironing. I chose to iron all of my seams open because it helps me keep my lines straight. And that may be just all in my head, but it makes me feel confident, so I do it. When we do strip piecing, it wants to bow or curve a little, especially the longer the strip piecing gets, the more it wants to create that curve. So as I'm ironing, I use the edge of my table as a guide just to kind of see that my strips are going straight. And if they do look a little bowed or a little cockeyed, then I will spray all over, put my iron down, and then pull, just giving it enough tension to pull those seams straight. First of all, giving me a very crispy strip set, but I feel like all of my seams now are straight and it just makes block assembly later better because they'll all fit nicely. So let's cut into these. We will have excess. We need 2 8.5 inch squares from this strip set. So we can trim our edges to a nice straight line. Not a ton because we don't want to be crazy here, but just enough to get all of our edges nice and clean. I'm going to use the bottom of my table here to line up those so I can get as straight a seam as possible. And then I'm going to cut off those selvages. Now with our nice edge here, we're going to line this up with 8.5. And then we are going to cut again. So something I'm noticing right off the bat, this is my first time doing this pattern as well, is that I am short up here in my top, and it is probably like 1/8 of an inch short of 8.5. So here's kind of what we can do. You're only as big as your smallest block, right? So if one is really off, then it's going to throw off everything and you may not even be able to use it. So we could trim the same size all the way around. So I could scoot my ruler over and kind of take off that 1/8 inch and cut my square a little bit smaller. So now this lines up really nicely here with the top of my strip, because if all the blocks are same, then all the blocks are the same, right? Or we can still cut the 8.5 because I do feel like this is in my seam allowance. So when it comes to putting 2 squares together, okay, if I have one that's a little bit smaller, if we were just to shove it to one side, then we would still have that big discrepancy here. So there's my shortage right there. But if we center it, then both sides of this block take that shortage, and it's a little bit easier for your seam allowance to accommodate. Okay, I really wish there was a better way that I could explain this or show this to you. So to each their own, whatever you choose is great. Making the blocks a little bit smaller will make a difference when we snowball these corners. But I don't think drastic enough that your block is going to look funny. Your snowballed corners will just be a little bit bigger than what the pattern has you do. Okay. So for this one, we can cheat a little bit. I'm going to choose to go 8.5 still, and I will just center my blocks within each other and make up for that missing. This was probably just my seams. Maybe I made them a little too big, and that's where I lost my 1/8 of an inch. But that's human error. So I'm over it. I'm not going to be that picky. All right, last strip out of here. And then there we have our 2 blocks from that strip set. And then we have some extra. But I feel like if all of our increments are 2.5, maybe I'll cut an extra 2.5 inch strip out of here. And we'll think of something cute to do with these strip sets. Maybe it'll be enough for a border. We'll get creative with it. So I'm going to cut that and leave that for later. Here's my scrap from my other one. Let's just cut this real quick. 2.5. And then I don't feel so bad about throwing that chunk away. But those would be super cute all in a row in like a border. Yeah, okay. We're gonna proceed with that. Let's cut through the rest of these strip sets, and then we will start organizing these up on the wall. Here we go. This one stuck in real life. There was actual magic in that transition, and I just really want you to know that. That one actually stuck to the wall. Yes! Look at me go. I'm getting better at throwing things. Okay, let's update on what I decided to do with sizing. So we talked about the 1/8 inch short. Well, I found a block that was even smaller. So I made the ultimate decision to trim all of my blocks down to 8.25 inch. Because of all of these that I've trimmed, I was definitely able to get that. And I didn't have to cut off that much excess. So I just think for me, I probably should have put on my magnet seam guide here to make sure that I've got my 1/4 inch. But now my quilt top will be a little bit smaller because now we've lost that 1/4 inch from every block. So not a huge deal for me. It just is. And so we're running with it and we're making it happen. Let's snowball these corners. So we'll leave this one as a legitimate corner. Okay. So we are going to put our background fabric, which is this cute berries. And we're going to put right sides together in 3 of these corners because it is literally our corner piece. And then we will snowball these ones after. Let me just get my marker because we need to draw a diagonal. We're going to go corner to corner on the back of these squares. I should have done this before I put it down, but here we are. We're going to sew right on that line for all 3 of these corners. And then we will trim off our excess. So let's get these corners done and then we will continue to carry through the rest. And there we have it. There are 3 of the corners with our square sew on. So to adjust this pattern, we could take a 1/4 inch off of all of these corners if we wanted, because I think they're supposed to sit right within the strip. And this is now kind of going over into the next strip. But to be honest with you, it doesn't bother me that much to go back and trim all of them. We are going to find the 1/4 inch in our ruler. We're going to line up that 1/4 inch line right on our seam. And then we will trim to the right of our ruler all the way around. And then we will iron these corners up and over. So just as it feels like with everything else on this project, be careful how you iron. We don't want this to warp. So set that seam first and then we'll iron up and over and then we'll see what that starts to look like here. First little snowball done. So now for these ones, we're going to put snowballs here on each of their corners. And then by the time all of our corners are replaced, you will start to see that kind of like curve or scallop look. So let's magic through that and then see what that's going to look like. You guys, we've only done just these few, and I love this scalloped look. I love it a lot. Let's add a strip of this really quick just to kind of see a border here. So that's what our accent fabric will be. And let's play with these little strips that we cut out. Now I don't know if we'll have enough to finish, but I desperately want to have enough to finish. I mean, come on. This just gets better and better. The more we add to it, the better it gets. I don't know what else to say except for that I love this a lot, and I really hope that you'll give it a try. Great way to use up a jelly roll. Great way to use up a layer cake. Great way to use up fat quarters. Great way to use up a bunch of scraps. This is such a great, easy weekend project. I just don't think you can go wrong with this one. So if you're interested in the Morning Latte line, I have fat quarter bundles and I have layer cakes. And then I have the background fabric by the bolt, so you can order as much as you need to finish up these quilt tops. So I have some more strips to sew together, and I will see you soon, friends. Remember to mark your calendar for Saturday at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. We will be doing a live for our ticket draw to see who our 3 winners are for the giveaway. Do not miss out. Saturday is going to be a super fun day, and I am really excited for that. So I will see you then. Bye.